Hey guys, welcome to my channel Sockets and Sideburns. Today in the garage we've got Clara, my missus's Renault Clio. She's got some issues that I need to get fixed over the next couple of weeks, but it's her MOT in 2 days and there is one thing that needs fixing before then. I've already diagnosed this, but let me show you now. What's wrong with this picture? Just a dribble. Let's change this washer pump. And in case you're curious, same on the back. Right, first things first, let's pop the bonnet. Okay, so get the bonnet up. Now this Clio is a Mk2. The process for changing the washer pump on these is all the same unless you've got headlamp washers. Now I've never seen one with headlamp washers before, but I think if that's the case on yours, then the pump will be a little bit different and you might not be able to get it out this way. It is possible to get the washer pump out without removing the wiper, which is going to make it much easier. I'm going to try and get it out without taking the wiper arm off and just get this trim up enough to slide the pump out. If you did want to take the wiper arm off, you'll definitely need a wiper arm puller because these ones really do stick on hard. I'll put a link in the description of the video for the one that I've got, along with the washer pump that I've bought. If, like me, your pump has decided to clap out when you've got a pretty much full reservoir, you've got two options. You could either just pull the pump out and then the fluid will just drain onto the floor in a catch pan if you've got one underneath the car. Or if you're in the garage and you don't really want it going all over the floor, you can get yourself a baster like I have and you can just siphon as much as you can out with it. Just remember not to baste your Christmas turkey with it. This might take a while. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so what feels like 3 million basters later and about 10 minutes. I can't reach any more with my baster. Whether it's empty or not, I don't know. But that'll have to do. So now that resi's empty, next thing, pull this weather strip up, just literally pulls off and up. Tuck it down behind that coolant return hose. You don't need to go any further than halfway. Next thing is there's a little clip down here. Okay, these are the kind of plastic clips that break as soon as you look at them the wrong way. What you got to do with these ones is pull up on this center bit and then you can pull up on the outer ring and the whole clip will come out. Get yourself either a pocket screwdriver or a pick. I'm going to be using a pick and just pry up this center section here like that and then the whole thing comes out and that's it. With that clip removed, you just got to pull the scuttle up enough to get the pump out. Make sure you get it to come round the wiper arm here so you can squeeze just a little bit more out of it. Just pop this wiper arm cover up and then you can just pull it up round there. Get yourself something to wedge it up with. I'm just going to use a wheel chock. Come in and get your chock in somewhere under here. Try and generate just enough room. Don't go too crazy, because you don't want to break it. But it's quite flexible. And I'm putting my chock in just above the reservoir neck on there. That's got us enough space. Now we can pull the pump out. Stick yourself a drain pan underneath if you wanted to, if you was going to try and catch the fluid, or otherwise, if you didn't drain it out earlier, just let it go all over the floor now when you pull the pump. Okay, I'm just going to jam this chock in here, give me a little more space and give you guys a little more room to see. Now, just wiggle your pump side to side just to free up the washer, and then pull up on it and it should just come out. Make sure you pull on the plug, not on the wires. Just there we go. That's it up and out. Now, I'm stuck on the wires there. Mine won't come up any further than that, so I won't get the pump out like that. Let's see. Okay. Get a screwdriver and we'll just pop this clip out. Now it's just, you want to get your screwdriver under the little lug at the bottom of this clip and pull it up and out. And that should release the socket. Just under there like that, and then should just be able to pull this up and out. There we go. There we are. Now, tuck your wiring plug out the way if you can. Now this is only held up by the pipe, so it should come out. Get down there. There we are, bags of room. Just thought I'd show you quick because I don't think you'd have been able to see that very well. With the wiring plug, it's just pulling up on this little lug here with the screwdriver just to get it clear, to clear a little pin that's on the pump right there. So you're just going to pull up that little bit there, and then this socket will pull up and off that pin and out of the washer pump. So now with the washer pump out, we just got to get the pipes off with the wiring plug already off. There should be a washer on this inlet stub here. Obviously mine's been left behind in the reservoir. I've already had a look down here and it's still correctly seated. You're going to want to check that yourselves as well. You might get a new washer with the new pump that you get. I did, but you don't have to replace it. As long as it's still seated there and it's not damaged or leaking, you should be totally fine to reuse your old one. If you want to try and retrieve that one out of there, get some long nose pliers or something, you might be able to get it out, but to be honest, I think it's more hassle than it's worth since it's not damaged anyway. But just make sure that it is in there and is seated, because if you haven't got a washer on this, it'll leak like a sieve. Now we'll just pull these pipes off. Make sure you're doing it down by the stub, and just give it a twist a few times first, then start pulling up as you twist like that, and they should just pop off easy. Same on the other side. Twist and pull. There we go. I've just noticed down in here on mine, when I was looking to check that washer's definitely still there, there is a lot of gunk down in here on top of the washer and all around it. You don't really want that on top of the washer because otherwise the pump's not going to seal up against it. So get yourself a rag and just get down in there and just clean off either the top of your old washer if you're reusing the same one, or if it's come out with your pump and you're going to offer it back down in, just make sure all that area down there where it's going to seal is all nice and clean, because look, there's all kinds of junk down in there. You want to get all that out. Okay, here's our shiny new pump. I got this one off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for you. Now, this one does come with a new washer on it, look. If yours has come off with the inlet stub on the pump, then feel free to just swap them over. But if, like mine, it stayed down in the reservoir, it's going to be more hassle than it's worth to get it out. So as long as it's just seated fine and not, you know, cracked or anything like that, I'd just pull this one off and just push the pump down onto the one that's still in there. But at least you've got a spare in case that one is leaking for any reason. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but pipe on the left, going around the back of the reservoir, which feeds the back washer, goes on the white stub. Just twist and push them down as far as they'll go. Like that. And the pipe on the right, which goes up to the bonnet and feeds the front washers, go on the black stub here. And again, just push it down as far as it'll go. Give it a little twist. Just like that. Now, push our pump back in. You should just be able to push it right down in there until it's solid. It should just stop nicely. And then bring our wiring plug back in. I think it's supposed to be under that pipe. And just attach that on till you hear it click like that. With the pump in, it's a really good idea to give it a test before you put everything back together. So just let your scuttle panel back down, just because you wouldn't want it to foul anything when you operate the washers. Put your wiper arm cover back down as well, just so that when you operate the washers, you don't end up catching the wipers on anything. And we'll refill it with just a bit of tap water. No sense wasting any lovely screen wash if there's a problem. That'll do. And now we'll just run the front and rear washers and make sure they're working. Okay, let's give these a little test. Front. And back. So now we've done that test, all that's left now is just to button her back up again. Start by just filling the washer reservoir back up with screen wash. Put that down, get your weather strip, and just push it back down again. So with it, the center section raised up like that, just push down into the hole and push your centerpiece down. Just drop the bonnet and that's all done. Okay guys, job done. If you've enjoyed the video or it's helped you out at all, please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos in the future. You can also find me on Instagram at SocketsAndSideburns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.